And thank you for coming by, keeping up with Queen Tulsa. I am your host, Queen Tulsa. Enjoy the show. I'm so excited you are here. Please like and subscribe. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out to Keeping Up with Queen Tulsa. I want to thank you all for coming out. If you are a mother, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the strong, powerful women. Today, we are acknowledged, but every day is our day because if you know, a mother's job is definitely never done. Okay. And then we want to thank you all for, if you are a subscriber, we want to thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming on back. Shout out to our head mod in the building, Sonia Maybe, as she says, Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, Sonia. Absolutely. So, yes, we are here tonight to discuss some uncomfortable topics. And I did put thought into it. And the topic is protect Black trans women and protect Black women. So, this is our day that we can celebrate. Okay. Um, I understand that we all have our personal views on life and how people navigate and go through life and the changes that they make, the corrections that they make to themselves. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to have had physically a baby to be a mother. You could have, it could have been adoption. It could have been anything. Your family member passed and you had to take on their child. So um, I want to give recognition to all the mothers, not just a specific. You know what I mean? So, yes, please like and share as you are coming in. I did want to share a story with you all that really touched my heart. And so, without further ado, I'll go ahead and bring it up.
I'm Gail Searens. Thank you for joining us this evening. One mother and 12 young children. They have no food, no clothes, no shoes, and no place to go after getting evicted. The Tampa mom says she's asked for help, but to no avail. Did the system fail her? That's what Eight on Your Side wants to know. News Channel 8 Jeff Patterson is in our Tampa newsroom with a story that has many different turns. Jeff?
Indeed it does, Gail. Angel Adams says her children are a gift from God, but now she needs help caring for them. Adams is blaming the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Child Protection Team and others for her problems.
In my case, they've been in my life 6 months and I'm homeless.
37-year-old Angel Adams blames the system for her problems, a system of social service agencies trying to help her. Adams has 15 children, 12 who are now living with her in this small motel room. While we were in the room, the children had no food available, no shoes, and Adams says they haven't had a change of clothes in more than 3 days. A concerned employee of the motel called us after seeing her plight. Landlords recently evicted Adams and her children from this Tampa apartment after discovering she was living there with her 12 children. The kids' clothes, books, toys, and furniture are now out on the curb, picked over by scavengers. The building's owners say they gave ample warning to Adams, warnings they say she chose to ignore.
We tried to help them, and I think several of agencies, with the paying of her rent and the paying of her utilities and stuff, did more than their part.
But Adams says her life didn't start to fall apart until social service agencies got involved. Her fiancé, Gary Brown Sr., the man who fathered 10 of her 15 children, was arrested,
I
and
left
Adams says
everything back
she was
in the
left with nothing.
apartment. I don't have any clothes. People been donating food just around here, just helping me out with food, and I don't have anything.
We called the Department of Children and Families to see what they've been doing to help. DCF says Hillsborough Kids Incorporated has been helping by paying Adams rent, even providing her furniture. Adams says it isn't enough.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children and mine and Gary, all our suffering, somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
DCF Regional Director Nick Cox wanted to see for himself the situation that Adams now finds herself in.
I know there's some help that's been coming your way, but what I'm concerned about right now is I want to make sure, number one, that for right now, all of you and your kids don't belong in that one room.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that clip really stuck out to me. Let me say hello to our guests that are just now coming in. Hello, Jessica. How are you? And happy Mother's Day to you as well. Let's see. I saw this story. They have helped her so much. Bitch, that's your fault. You have 50. Well, see, this is the thing. And being that it's Mother's Day, we have to understand when we all were in our mother's womb, we were her precious gifts. Okay? We still are precious gifts. And this goes back, goes into the next thing that I was going to say is we don't know a mother's mindset when she does have her first child. And I just understand through life that my mom did everything that she could for me as much as she could. And no matter if she did make a mistake as a child, I didn't hold a grudge. But I didn't know any better. I didn't hold a grudge. I just kept pushing through life. And I say that to say this: some of y'all as parents, y'all probably have made sacrifices for your family or your children and never got compensated or, whatever the case may be. But you did it out of love. You did it out of care. You did it with patience. You did it with selflessness. And mothers aren't honored as much as they should be. A mother's job is never done. A man can get up and walk away at any point in given time. But that mother will be there. And I know we have different circumstances, different certain situations, but it's not for us to look down on that woman. We need to find a way to help that woman. Some people can't get through to a person. It takes a certain individual to get through to a person. That person might be you. So I say that to say this: let's be selfless. Let's be courageous to change the narrative on women getting along. I'm a Black trans woman. I come from a woman. I love my mother. I love all women. Do I want to be into it with any women? No. Do I want to be into it with any men? No. I'm just out here living my life like it's golden. And some of the things that women go through, trans women go through. And I'll start here with DV. DV don't discriminate on nobody in nobody's relationship. I've been in a relationship and I know it was so toxic and I needed to go, but I stayed because I loved him, because of what I saw before I got my therapy. I had unhealthy habits. But I'm here to say today, you don't have a past, baby. You have got a future. Now let that sink in and let that marinate. You don't have a past, my love. You've got a future. No matter what life has thrown at you, and you're still here to say hello and wake up and your feet hit the ground, you are a blessing. Let's not take advantage of life anymore. Let's not take disadvantage of life anymore. I'm sorry. Let's start taking advantage of life, appreciating the new day. Let's love on our loved ones. Let's not let today that we recognize our mothers. Call your mama up a week from now. Hey mama, how you doing? Just checking up on you, just trying to see how you doing. How's your mental? Let's get some more of that going on. See, I remember my great grandmother. She kept the family together, her and my great grandfather. And it seemed like once they left, then everybody else branched off. I miss that love. All right, let me see these. Oh, all right, we are back. Hopefully the connection is better. Hopefully the connection is better. I was just simply giving acknowledgement to the mothers out there, and let's see. Let's see. Hello. Hey E. Hello. Right, Sonya, and then to say somebody got to pay for these kids. Well, listen, I am not helping her. What? I get along, but not gonna support who act like folks owe her. Oh wow. You lagging. I'm lagging. Okay, yes, we are back. So listen, I wanted to give full acknowledgement to all the mothers out there, all the hard work that you put into raising children, all the hard work when when you had to get up for work in those days that you just didn't really feel like being a mother. I have those days sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, I feel overwhelmed. My job is never done. But then I have to sit, take a deep breath, and say, it's okay. It's okay. Because I'm the type of person like I'll plan, I'll have all this stuff going on, and honey, he'd be like, you be having too much going on, but y'all know how we are. We want to do this, we want to do that, we want to show up for them, we want to show, but we need mothers, we need to self care, and not only for one day out of a year. Okay, now going over to Black trans women. Before now, I would say before now, and being younger, it's like you were loved. And then when you got the education and you got the knowledge of your feelings, and you started acting on your feelings and, living in your truth and how you feel on the inside. Well, sometimes when you offer that information out in your home in a Black community I can speak of, sometimes you don't get the best reaction because I feel like a mother felt like, oh, I went through all this labor and I birthed you, and no, this has had to be a mistake. And it's like a whole panic mode. You know what I'm saying? And so I say that to say this. no matter how your child express themselves, don't neglect. Try to educate yourself on learning. Because if you take time out to learn, then you have a better understanding. That's just like you're just now becoming a parent and it's your first child and you don't have really no support and you're working it out on your own. Well, when we transition and we're out here in this world, we don't know it all. We're figuring it out. We're working it out on our own. So be a little patient with us. I want to also say this. I'm not jealous of the mothers. I'm not jealous of our cisgender women. I'm not jealous of women in general. I'm not jealous of trans women. I am a lover of all women. My mother taught me how to love. No matter how busy or what was going on, I always knew that my mother loved me. So let's spread love. Let's give a little bit more appreciation to our mothers. You know, even if it's $20. Hey, mama, what's your cash app? Bless her with $20. Go get you a put this towards your pedicure, or go get you a bite to eat. Us as mothers, we work. We feel like, hell, don't nobody giving us. We give out. Hey. Oh, you so shady. I'm not a fur baby. I actually have 3 children. Not only a fur baby. Well, I'm not only a fur baby. I'm a chicken mom. I'm a fur mom, chicken mom, cat mom, of course, human kid mom. And then we had 2 lizards that passed. I'm a lizard mom too. But yeah, do y'all get where I'm coming from? Is this making sense? Because I just feel like this is kind of like mothers. There's nothing like a mother's love. There's nothing like a mother's love. I don't care. Like, I love my daddy or whatever. I love my daddy or whatever, but my mama's love is just a little different. And as a matter of fact, I haven't talked to my daddy in like over. The last time he came over my house, he surprised me with my cousin. So let's see if he answers. Wait. It's getting a little hot in here. Yes. Okay, so daddy didn't answer the phone. Oh, excuse me. I think that went down the wrong pipe. Hello. Okay, Red Label. Hello. What up, Jesse and Sonia? Okay, Red Label Confessions and Reactions says, child, I was saying from all the dang kids on your farm, LOL, saw your dog putting the rooster to bed. You know what? I got a lot of backlash from one of my dog and my rooster video, because Bambi was out there and sometimes she likes to play with them. So somebody that really doesn't know anything about like farm animals or even chickens and roosters and how they get down or whatever, they were thinking that my dog was pulling out my chicken's feathers. But no, that is not it. What happens is the hen comes out, she goes running, and if the roosters see her, what they'll do is they'll like jump on her, and then they'll like, get her head, they'll like peck at her head, and then they'll like get the back of her neck, and then they'll like, gnaw at her feathers. So they'll peck those out. We actually had 3. Now we only have 2 roosters and then 3 chickens. But we're trying to get rid of the one more rooster and we'll be fine. But yeah, I got a lot of backlash. I'm like, oh my God, I was not out here fighting the animals. But yeah. I want to chime in, but I cannot. Okay, so listen, speaking of chiming in, we have a link. If you guys want to come up, so I can verbally give you a happy Mother's Day if you are a mother, and maybe sound off on this topic, give your opinions. I know a few people saw the video, saw the story that we played here tonight. Inform me, refresh me, and let's engage a little bit. But however, what stood out to me from that video was a mother, no matter what was going on, she still had her kids with her. And I know she had 15 and she only had 12 in the motel, but how many more can come? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that would have been a lot. 15 kids in like a 2-bed, no food. Yeah, that's pretty alarming. I'm not really sure what city and state she was in. I just saw the article and I'm like, this just does not make sense. Um, you know, so I just kept on proceeding. Oh, you're fine together. Thanks for being there. Absolutely. So make sure you guys are definitely staying tuned. I will be going live this week. I know that the Carbonation guys are like on a press tour right now. However, I do have some exclusive details on that's going to contradict what they are saying in the interviews. Okay, so this is going to be heavy, but however, you guys know, I am the queen and I am down for it. I'm all for together. Your devices are not connected. Okay, now they are. Hello, how are you? Happy Mother's Day.
I had to sneak away. I saw the story on that lady, and they did a follow-up.
Okay, you're hard to hear. You're muffled.
Oh, it's my Bluetooth probably. Can you
Okay,
hear me
now,
better?
yeah, way better.
Okay. So I followed the story when it first came out, and they followed up on her, and she got pregnant again, from my understanding. Yes, girl. And so they did everything for her. They gave her everything her heart could was, that they needed for them children. But she's the type of woman that, like she said, somebody better come pay for these kids. That's the type of attitude she had. As long as I make them, y'all pay for them, but never making the guys be accountable for, the pregnancy that she has, that she went through. And then the type of dudes that she chose were not the best type of guys that would stay out of trouble. So, in other words, she put the burden on the people. Like, you pay taxes, Sonia pay taxes, I pay taxes. So our tax dollars are funding her every time she lays down to make a baby. But then again, it's somebody else's fault. You knew that the dude was a jailbird. They tried to help him. He didn't want to hold any type of employment. So I followed the story. They did segments on her, and she's the type of person that's like, no matter what I do, you pay me. Somebody gonna take care of these kids. And I was like, that's a real crappy attitude to have when you know that if you lay down with these men, you're gonna produce them. The people that need to pay for them is the men that help you make them. It's not our responsibility.
Let's just say this, and people are probably gonna say, well, how you gonna say that? But let's just say this. Do we know if she had a drug addiction? Do we know if she was sex working? Do we know if she was, a user?
She was in long-term relationships. They never said too much they never got into that in the story. So I believe that if there was drugs, they would have probably put her in a program to help her. But She had welfare. She had everything. They gave her furniture. They did all sorts of stuff. Gave the kids clothes. And right after they helped her, she popped up with more babies. And so it's like I know somebody like that personally. That every time you turn, I don't recognize that chick unless she's pregnant. Like she
Mhm.
walked up to me one day and she wasn't pregnant. And I was like, "Who are you?" And when she spoke my name, I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Girl." She started laughing like, "You didn't recognize me unless I was pregnant, huh?" I said, "Yeah." So she had a large number of kids. But the difference with her was that her partner was responsible. He did whatever it took. If he had to go and clean your yard, if he had to help you clean up around your place, if he had to help you paint, whatever it took, he was going to help. But if you're choosing men, and I'm not saying for all the women, but in her case, if you're choosing men that that, how do I put it nicely, are institutionalized,
Mm.
okay? And you know that every time he gets out, like I know another girl, I tried to talk to her. Every time her partner, her husband, boyfriend, whatever she wants to call him, every time he get out of jail, she gets pregnant. Right before the baby, he goes back to jail. Every time he get out of jail, she gets pregnant. Right before the baby, he goes right back to jail. So it's like a cycle, and it needs to be some education. There's enough education out here, and there's no excuse because there is enough education, especially where there's internet. There are other women that are trying to teach the younger women, but you got some of those girls that don't want to listen. They think, "Oh, I'm gonna pop this cookie jar. I'm gonna pop it all night at the club, and I'm gonna meet a dude, and I'm gonna let him get in my cookie jar." Next thing you know, you pregnant, and he don't want you. Now you got a baby, and you're trying to make this man love you, but he already told you, "I don't want you." So, it goes on both persons. Protect yourself. Him, protect yourself, her. So when you have a bunch of kids, that's saying that there's something going on with you psychologically. You get what I'm saying? Why
Mm.
is it that you have to have all these children? Did you not get the love from your mother? Was there a abandonment issue? It goes deep with some people do the most outlandish things because they have abandonment issues and they don't know what to do or how to get help for that. People that have lost things in their life, that have moved around from place to place, they tend to have a house packed full of stuff. And that's like trying to nurture that abandonment issue. That's just how I don't know
It
if you
sounds
can
like a
I
sense
don't.
of entitlement. It sounds
Huh?
like she just has a permanent sense of entitlement, like the world owes her something. Like if the world owes me something was a person, I would definitely consider her.
Yeah, she does feel that way because you heard that one statement that stuck out. Somebody better come pay for these kids. That somebody is the gentleman that you laid down with and made those children. That's the somebody. Now, if you would have came to us and said, "You know what? If I could get some help, I'd greatly appreciate it." I know that I have a lot of kids and I know it doesn't look well. And then somebody that have a degree in maybe psychology should have said, "Okay, I'm going to offer her free counseling to find out why she continues to have all these children the way she's having them, because it's not just a physical thing. There's something going on mentally." And most people don't understand when people have abandonment issues, they do a lot of stuff. They get into drugs, they get into all types of, things that are not, we call it not normal, but that are not healthy.
Right.
And then these are unhealthy behaviors. But if you go back and say, "Well, what happened in your childhood?" "Oh, my mom and my dad broke up and they always was fighting," or such and such or whatever, or "My grandmother raised me because my mama still wanted to be footloose and fancy free and my daddy didn't want to be around." So it comes with all that stuff. Those It's a lot of issues behind abandonment in itself. You get what I'm saying? Abandonment is a powerful thing. So I believe that that's probably, and I'm not diagnosing her, I'm giving my best guess. I believe that
Mhm.
she has some abandonment issues that happened to her, and having all these babies is a way to try to
Cope with
cover
pain.
and to cover that feeling and to nurture that feeling, and that's not going to help. So what happens if you don't deal with the abandonment issues, and each one of your children grow up and have to go on and live their life? It's only going to get worse, because you're going to feel like, oh, they're abandoning me, but no, they're growing up to be adults, so it's their time to shine in this world.
Hmm. Right. I mean, I definitely feel like counseling would definitely be necessary. I feel like, when I think about all those kids, I think about Octomom and how people praise that, and she got a show.
I just sit back and watch. I normally don't say too much, because
Mhm.
people are going to do what they want to do. The new wrong is right and the new right is wrong. So it
Mhm.
doesn't matter what people say. It's like the insanity that is going on in this world. It's like the things of years ago. If they was to look and see that this was going to be our potential future, they probably would be like, I don't want to go there. I'd rather stay right here where, it's sane, because everything to me is total insanity. Everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
insanity, and it's a blessing that those kids did not end up in foster care. That's the blessing part of it all. But they are a part of the system, so should she end
Yeah.
up in jail or anything, those kids are probably going to be adopted out.
Hmm. And then she also said, "Oh, the caseworker or DHS is in my life. Well, they're going to be in your life when you're receiving assistance. They want to
Yep.
know, what's going on, even with the housing. Like, you can't now. It's
You're
really for
breaking
you.
up a little. You're breaking up a
Oh,
little.
okay, can you hear me now?
You sound a little robotish. Hello, everybody in the chat until my sister comes back.
Sorry about that. Are we back?
I was like, please don't leave me alone.
Oh, are we back? I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you, but once in a while, it seems like there is some type of interference that happens with your connection, but it's not always.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So that was just my spill on it. I don't, I don't want to judge people or say inappropriate things or anything to trigger someone to get angry. I try to watch my words. So
Yes.
I just feel like, if we could really, and it's like taboo almost for
Mhm.
black people to seek counseling, and a lot of stuff that goes on in the world today and that has gone on even in families. I think getting counseling, but you control the narrative of that counseling. Don't let them get too deep into, like, if you feel like if they bring up the hurt, you tell them, look, we can only touch it here, and let me take baby steps in touching on these areas, because some psychiatrists and psychologists, they want to go head on and they go bam bam, we got to face it. No, you can actually trigger that person to have a worse outcome, and some things they buried that caused them to be able to function today. So I think that if there are issues, we definitely need to say, to heck with everybody else. This is my mental health, and I need to make sure that my mental health and I'm okay. I wouldn't care. I had to get counseling because I was extremely angry. And the first thing you said to me, I was like popping off, like I was fighting, and I had to find out why was I so angry, and I was angry because I couldn't understand why, you
Mhm.
know, certain family members were more favored than I was. So I took it personal. But then I finally got a chance to understand in counseling that it wasn't that they were more favored. It was just that I was the more strong willed person, and I was the person that could get it done. If I needed something done I'll wait for you for 5 minutes. After that, honey, I'm doing this because I don't have time to waste. So I had to get that
Absolutely.
counseling to understand it wasn't, that everybody else was being favored. I could sit you in a room by yourself and you can put this whole little thing together. So I have to sit with them and make sure that they're doing it right. I didn't understand that at first. So I had issues and I had to get those issues fixed. I hope it makes sense.
Oh, well, you know what? I appreciate everything and every all the information that you gave us tonight. I think is very valuable that we definitely check on our mental health. If you are out there and you are questioning, what is therapy like, just go and try it. You don't have to dive right
Yeah.
into it. You know what I'm saying? But definitely give it a try. We will post the suicide hotline in the description if you happen to watch this video on a replay. So on that note, this was just a bonding moment for all the mothers to come together. Let's love on each other, all the Black trans women, all the trans women in general, but strictly in our Black community because that's where the divide is. And I want to be the person to help us get back to being cordial and being able to work in the same space and be in the same space. And it's not no tension. I want the ladies, if y'all have concerns about the trans community, if you feel like we're trying to take over, if you feel like your womanhood is violated in any way by the pronouns that are available to us, definitely sound out. These are conversations that we definitely need to talk about and want to bridge the gap. United we stand, divided we fall. And so those are my closing words. Together we break change production. Would you like to give closing words?
I would just like to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and the fathers that are taking on double roles. I like to say Happy Mother's Day to you too, because there are
Yes.
fathers that are doing both. So we got to give respect there. I would like to say I appreciate each and every person that's in the chat because you guys have been so warm and so welcoming to me. And I just want everybody to be okay and definitely try therapy. It could be fun. And some of the things that you might be holding on to, it will make you laugh because some of the stuff is really silly. I mean, and you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know that I had this issue. Oh my God, I didn't know that I was holding on to that. But it could be fun. Um, I just want you guys to just be safe. Just be safe. I pray constantly for everybody. If you need prayer, you could drop it down in Queen Tulsa's comment section or go over to my page and say, I need prayer. I don't need to know your business. You know, I'll pray for you. Just know that I love to pray. I love talking to God. So I will pray for you. That's all I can say is I will pray for you and I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so that was Together We Break Change. Definitely make sure you guys go over and follow her channel. She's a very inspirational woman. Her niche on here is pretty much everything. She's a mother in the village, like all of us as well. And she also talks about child protective services, teaching you about your rights when if someone calls child protective services on you, she lays it out for you, what your rights are, what you do, what not to do. So I would definitely check her channel out. Great content, great spirit, God-fearing woman, great supporter. And that's all I have tonight. I just wanted to come on here and share some love. My Mother's Day was great. My babies, they gave me cards and stuff. We got to enjoy this weekend. Was just very relaxing. I got to relax, do my own little thing. And so now I'm ready to go into the new week with a new attitude. Okay. What Patty say? Running hot, running low. Woo! I'm definitely running hot. Or running hot, running cold. Patty's so dramatic. Patty be like, running hot, running cold. Love you, sis. I love you too. And listen, I need hit me up. I actually got a new email. It's gonna be goddesstulsa@gmail.com. Hit me up in the Gmail so I can get you your gifts. So you were the lucky winner, and let me know your shirt size because you want a shirt and then you want another gift. So I'll keep that as a surprise. But the shirt, I do need the size of your shirt so I can send it to you. And that is to Together We Break Chains production. I love you too. Here we go. Okay. Jessica says hello. Hey, together. And then love to you, to all you ladies and gentlemen in the chat tonight. And there we go. Together We Break Chains. That is her channel. So make sure you guys click on it in the chat. Follow her, subscribe to her, drop a comment, support her. And if you get that notification, which you will, because you are going to hit that notification bell and select all, so you can catch anytime that any of us go live when we are not scheduled to. Love you, sis. Queen, let's talk about the Black Lives Matter woman that was crying. Oh my goodness. Oh, I sent it to your email. Okay. Well, yeah, because I had to delete some emails because I'm just like, I have too much going on in my space on my phone and it just be doing too much. So I have to okay. 2X. Got you. And do you want me to sign it? So this is actually the shirt right here. So guys, if you are interested in purchasing a shirt, we actually have a special, the Mother's Day special, $20 this weekend. Usually they are $30, but we have a special for Mother's Day weekend. So definitely hit me up, drop a comment, say, hey, I want a shirt, drop your size, and I will get back with you. I am on Instagram at Queen Tulsa. Yeah, I believe I'm just Queen Tulsa or Goddess Tulsa on Instagram. Let's see. What else was I going to say? Boy, these lights in this studio are hot. Okay, but we've got a show to do. Okay, hot, cold, rain, sleet, or snow. Okay. But I want to thank you all. The lady from Black Lives Matter, let me look her up because I'm not familiar with that story. I know that they have went down, they got called out to the carpet for buying a mansion with the funds allegedly. Okay, so Black Lives Matter members. All right, we're about to look. Oh, wow. No, we need like an update because that's 20. Okay. All right, so this was this year. BLM. Oh, okay. In the past decade, there have been startling number of individuals and organizations who went from being darlings of corporate media and elites to subjects of criminal investigations. Such is the case with both Theranos and the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, the legal and financial entity behind Black Lives Matter. Both Theranos and Black Lives Matter made promises they couldn't keep. One breakthrough rapid blood tests and the other vague and incoherent vision of racial equality. In February 2021, the Black Lives Matter Foundation reported it had around 60 million in funds, most of which it collected in the aftermath of George Floyd's death. It is unclear who is directing these funds, or at least the charities. Two board members won't say. But the foundation's financial negligence has finally put it in legal jeopardy. This month, California, Indiana, and the state of Washington ordered Black Lives Matter to immediately cease all fundraising. The California Department of Justice has also threatened to hold the founders of Black Lives Matter personally liable for all missing financial records. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita called the foundation a scam, whose house of cards may be fallen. But wait, there's more. Not only do we have sketchy financials, but also big name backers. So shell corporations suspiciously spent funds and, of course, fraud. Does this sound like anyone you know? Yeah, that's right. The Reynolds and Elizabeth Holmes. Just like the Reynolds, Black Lives Matter had a list of high-profile funders. Countless corporations and charities somehow felt the need to donate millions to an organization that justified organized riots and mass looting in 2020. Instead of contributing money to schools, scholarship funds, or other programs, many institutions chose an organization with no concrete goals other than being a rallying cry for all Black lives striving for liberation. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mhm. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation is the center of a network of 16 regional and local chapters. However, unlike the even Theranos is not apparent who exactly the Black Lives Matter Foundation other major funders were. Dozens of major organizations promised donations to Black Lives Matter in 2020, but precisely where the movement ends and the foundation begins is quite ambiguous. What we do know is that there's a complex web of entities that label themselves to be a part of or controlled by the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. Guess who else used shell companies and affiliated entities to mislead people? That's correct. A certain crazy-eyed black turtleneck wearing Stratford dropout did. Okay, like the Reynolds, people close to the matter reportedly raised concerns about the Black Lives Matter Foundation's lack of honesty. Several regional chapters of Black Lives Matter spoke out against their legal and financial representative. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation last June, the father of Michael Brown, whose death sparked Black Lives Matter, released a statement entitled Tell No Lies, slamming the foundation's leadership and lack of transparency. These concerns were unfortunately ignored for the past year, even as Black Lives Matter co-founder and executive director Patrisse Cullors stepped down last May, leaving no one in control of the foundation and its funds. Okay, so whoa, this is too much. Mhm. Here we go. Should I keep reading, guys? All right. If you guys don't mind, can y'all please hit Queen Goddess up in that Cash App? Mother is out here working in these streets. Who's it? Okay. Now let's continue reading. Cullors resigned after going on a multi-million-dollar spending spree with her self-described Marxist wife, Janaya Khan. This power couple is truly the Elizabeth Holmes and Sunny Balwani, Theranos Cool, and Holmes' former lover, of the movement for racial Justice. Okay. Both couples had a strong affinity for luxury goods paid for on someone else's dime. Colors and Khan's shopping spree included a $1.4 million property near Malibu and a fourth home in Georgia, complete with an air hangar and 25,000 square foot long runway. They'd also been spotted searching for an exclusive Bahamian beach adobe next to the properties of Justin Timberlake and Tiger Woods. Girl, honey, can somebody say girl, they, if I got the game and ran with it, was a person, but we'll keep reading. Oh, I'm sorry for breathing in y'all's ear like that. It was recently revealed the Black Lives Matter Foundation transferred millions into a Canadian charity run by Khan. Shortly after, this nonprofit bought the $6.3 million former headquarters of the Canadian Communist Party. Meanwhile, Colors profited from a contract with Warner Brothers and a lucrative book deal. Mother got paid. I gotta put on my lipstick for this because this is what she did. Oh yeah, listen, every girl when she was running that business, she said, yeah, she was probably in that mirror like, gonna get that million today. Who am I gonna get today? Is this who was this today? Oh, this is Chanel. Oh, okay, I gotta get me some Louis tomorrow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put her lipstick on. Was out there to raise a smile in y'all face. Hi, yeah, we're here for Black Lives Matter. We care for the people. You know what? I've got to find me a hair for her because I'm gonna have to give commentary on her and her stories and her failure to honor. You know what? Hold on. She failed to honor them. So you know what we're going to do is we are going to honor our brothers and sisters who lost their lives. So give me 1 second. Okay, so what I'm about to do is simply, and y'all probably seen me do this before, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to light a white tea light candle, and this is just for purity. Okay, give me 1 second. I know my lipstick, honey, it'd be all over the place. Yes, all over the place, Cheryl. All over the place. Okay, so here we are from Michael Brown, George Floyd, and everybody else, Sandra Bland, everybody else that lost their lives, and even the ones that were Ahmaud Arbery. Okay, so now that we've got our flame lit, our ancestors, we can proceed. All right, here we go. She has yet to address the situation. Okay, it is my if you guys can hear me, please put some purple hearts in the chat, please. Yes, please do sign it when I get my YouTube room. I will post it, okay? I sure will. I definitely will. Sonia, it's been a day. I hope you get to see your precious little nieces. Yes. Candace Owens went to the property and she tried to lie and say she was compromised. Really? Not today. I talked to them now. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Wow. This is getting deep. Okay, so it says she has yet to address the situation and is instead promoting her new book, An Abolitionist Handbook, 12 Steps to Change Yourself and the World. Elizabeth Holmes also had visions of changing the world, famously saying, first they think you're crazy, then they fight for you. and then all of a sudden you change the world. No, sometimes they think you're crazy. Then you defrauded people, and then all of a sudden you've been indicted by a grand jury. At least one Black Lives Matter co-founder is already incarcerated. Colors felonious colleague Pamela Moses was recently sentenced to 6 years behind bars for voter fraud. We finally know why prison abolition was so popular amongst the Black Lives Matter founders. It might be the only way to keep them out of jail. Wow. Talk about a plan that was thought out, premeditated. Mhm. So, how will this charade end? Perhaps we'll get images of a soon to be arrested Colors in Khan riding off in a Lamborghini decorated with a dasktel, a reference to Marx's magnum opus. Okay, vanity plate. Yeah. So we would just watch her go off in the sky and watch her plate just disappear. Okay, I get it. As did Sunny Balwani. Maybe Holmes and Colors will even be cellies in federal prison. They can play spades, discuss their respective abilities to make millions playing the race card and the woman card. Boom. Okay. Ultimately, Black Lives Matter, boogeyman of white supremacy, was about as real as Throno's blood test. Both were spacey and disorderly ploys, simply designed to swindle, and swindle they did, but only for a time. Now that each has been exposed, let's hope that the women who perpetrated the fraud of the Black Lives Matter Foundation will face the same justice as Elizabeth Holmes. They certainly cost the country a lot of money, goodwill, tears, and yes, blood. Whew, child. That was like the latest article, but I definitely want to get more into that. Yeah, we definitely have to touch back into that. Queen, play the video where she said Candace Owens compromised her home. Okay, who was that? Was it Colors? Okay, here, let me see. Let's see. All right, there we go. And let's see.
Upset about boxing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Or, yeah, I can share my screen. And this is for, let's see. So I'm going to share my screen, but I'm also going to.
Candace Owens is the host of Candace. She joins us tonight. Candace, thanks so much for coming on. I mean, maybe I'm being too soft, but anybody who can talk, America's woke corporate structure into sending close to $100 million on the basis of that lame rap kind of gets my respect in a way.
She has my respect because she's unapologetic in her approach. She's telling you what she is. She's a Marxist. So Marxists steal money from other people and they enrich themselves
Right.
until the people that they stole from are poor. And so she has stolen money from other people on the pretext of a lie that is Black Lives Matter. And she's enriched herself and she's brought 4 homes. I mean, you have to kind of appreciate the honesty. She's not hiding by any means, And so, yeah, I tend to agree with you here. She's a communist through and through, and she's been unbelievably unapologetic in her approach.
Al Sharpton must be looking at this and saying, like, I've done this for 40 years. Where did I go wrong? I don't have a house in Topanga Canyon.
Right, exactly right. It's completely ridiculous.
but-
And, you're right. The corporations are standing behind her, which is incredibly interesting. And you pointed to something really important. These corporations that are pouring millions and millions of dollars into Black Lives Matter. And you're correct. They said we raised more than $90 million. How much more, we will never know. But $90 million, of which $21 million apparently went to, according to Black Lives Matter themselves, it went to building the Black movement. Like, I don't even know what that means. $25 million going to building a Black movement. Apparently, the Black movement was Patrice moving herself, a Black woman moving herself into other areas of the communities of people that she claims are oppressing Black Americans. She's fearful of white people. White people are so bad. Well, why doesn't she want to live amongst Black people? Why is she choosing to move herself into an all-white neighborhood? These are important questions.
Yeah, I think they are. It's Topanga Canyon, not Riverside County. Police shooting does sound like it raises questions about the competence of the police officer and what's going on with the Minneapolis Police Department. Maybe they've lowered the standards. Maybe there aren't, enough cops. Who knows? We should find out, I think. But looting in immediate response to that, why would we put up with that?
We shouldn't put up with that, but the reason why we do is because the Democrats see some advantage in this. Right. So right now you have a bunch of criminals that love Black Lives Matter as an organization. They love when a Black person dies, and we don't know what the reasons are. We don't know what happened, but it signals to them that they are now allowed to run into the streets and grab whatever they want, whether it's from Target, whether it's from Walmart. And what's remarkable also is that these corporations are standing behind Black Lives Matter. Right. They're pouring money into these corporations. And I remember most notably during the George Floyd riots, Target even came out and said, we don't even care.
Oh. Okay, so I need to figure out. Where can I find that video? Because it's like it's attached to everybody else's. Give me 1 second.
How do we?
Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to bring up some content. So just give me 1 second.
Creating have created an incredibly dangerous environment for me. This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew. She was demanding that I come outside. And when I looked at the video recording of what she was asking about, she was actually asking about the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation property. And for some reason, seems like she thought my house was that. It's unacceptable and it's dangerous that any stranger come outside of my house, but it's really unacceptable and dangerous when Candace Owens, another Black woman who is actually working as a part of a right-wing agenda, comes outside of my house with cameras. As you all know, I've experienced, and many of us have experienced, death threats. Many of us have children. Many of us are super vulnerable. And the fact that she's came outside my house and demanded things, harassed me, is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And I'm going to keep doing the work I need to do to make sure that I'm in right relationship with my community, but I'm not going to let the right wing and right wing pundits and media try to drive me against my community and have the community driven against me. I'm begging and pleading with all of you all to pay attention to what's happening to me and to many other people, many other leaders inside of this movement. Pay attention to what's happening, because what happened to me today has the potential to open up the floodgates of many other right-wing people that may next time be bearing arms, that may next time be more violent. This is unacceptable. Black people should be able to fight for our rights, for our right to live without being harassed, without being, without fearing for our lives, without having people, strangers, show up to our private and personal property.
By the way, Taylor Lorenz, I believe that's the young lady's situation like that. I think it's disingenuous because Taylor,
obviously my team, thank God for community, for Black community, for Black movement community here in Los Angeles. I just really, really
No,
y'all, I really need my family to be safe. I need to be safe. I need my child to be safe. And this, what happened this morning is not safety. It's not what I deserve. It's not what any of us deserve. So just be diligent when you see shit in the media and you see shit that's being talked about. Please be diligent, because they are purposefully doing this. They are purposefully building a wedge between Black people, because they know that when we are together, we're stronger, and they've seen what we've done this last decade. They've seen what we've done. And so they're literally trying to destroy us. They're trying to destroy me. They're trying to destroy the movement. And I just need us to be stronger. I need us to be more diligent. I need us to be more present. I need us to be clearer. I need us to be accountable. I love y'all so much. Pray for me, pray for my family, and pray and check on Black organizers.
Okay, so this is insane. In real time right now.
Before we get to Candace, don't believe. Listen. Obviously, allegedly.
Okay, I'm skipping.
I want accountability. Candace personally just don't believe in doing it. You know,
we don't want the comments.
I only way I can describe it is she sounds like do a live claiming that
you must be held accountable.
Here we go.
You must be.
On Black organizers.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. With our unlimited plus plan, you'll get unlimited.
Girl, no man, we was not doing that. Thank you.
Okay, so this is insane. In real time right now, I am watching Patrice Cullors do a live claiming that I went to her property and demanded to speak to her. And I only way I can describe it is she sounds like she's really scared. We're working on a documentary talking about all the funding pertaining to Black Lives Matter. Obviously, we know that Patrice and a lot of the founders purchased $1 million homes in white neighborhoods. They also purchased a Black Lives Matter property. So we went to the property and asked if there was anyone that we could speak to, very politely, by the way. We've got cameras.
We realized that they purchased the Black Lives Matter property.
And asked if they also purchased a Black Lives Matter property. So we went to the property and asked.
So that was the situation, which I was hoping, or Candace.
The person too, very politely, by the way. We've got cameras in tow, so there's no way she can. It's all on camera, and we just said, "Is there anyone we can speak to?" Nobody asked us to leave. The person went inside. It was just a white man that we saw outside that was providing security, which is super interesting because obviously Patrice here is anti-police, and so she's. Oh my God, I think she's crying on this live, pretending that she was harassed. Like I said, very politely to the guy, "Is there anyone we can speak to? My name's Candace Owens." We never went over the gate. It was just me ringing the doorbell, trying to speak to someone. He said absolutely nothing. He started just recording us. And we said, okay, if there's no one we can speak to, we're going to leave. Patrice is pretending to be scared because she knows that this Black Lives Matter lie is falling apart. And she doesn't know what to do. I mean, people are aware of the scam that is Black Lives Matter. She's intentionally limited the comments, so you can't even comment on this post, because I was going to comment and be like, this is a complete lie and we have it all on camera.
Ooh, that's a little shady. Ooh, you started limiting them comments, boy. I know something is up. I know something is up. And I've seen that with individuals who have done some shady stuff. They limit the comments. So like only like their people are freaking out about freedom of speech. You can literally, why are people angry about it? But yeah.
Seeing right now is the face of a woman who is pretending she's afraid of right-wing pundits, when in reality, she's being exposed as a fraud who took millions, used the faces of Black people, took millions of dollars to fund herself, to fund her lifestyle, to fund her girlfriend, and to buy $1 million mansions in neighborhoods where no people live. So Patrice, this footage this story that we're covering is a significant one. I have always been interested in the fraud that is Black Lives Matter, your fake tears, your crocodile tears about someone politely ringing your gate and speaking to your white security guard and asking if there was anyone that I could talk to because I was covering the story. Not really going to cut it, Patrice. This is only going to commit me further to discovering the truth about what you have done with this funding. Black people died. You used their faces to raise money. You demanded that the policing be stopped. You demanded that police officers be defunded, but you've got a private security detail outside of $1 million homes. It just doesn't work this way, sweetheart. So the truth shall set you free, or Candace Owens shall set you free, girl, because I'm about to tell the truth. All right, we're still filming. Bye.
So
Candace said we are still filming. Child, she said we are still filming. Child, they got Candace Owens outside this woman's house. Woo! What do y'all think about that? Candace said she was filming a documentary, honey. A documentary. She said, I'm filming a documentary. Would you like to be on camera? Would you like to say something? Would you like to say something to the camera? Girl, she wasn't even able to do that. Security said, no, ma'am. Boop. Back to that vehicle. Back to the van. Girl, back to the van you go. She went right on back. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like that woman said, I've been getting threats, and I've been doing this, and I've been doing that. Well, girl, do you think that those parents are sleeping comfortable knowing that you took money on the behalf of their their trauma. Like, you use their trauma to get paid. Like, you are really on their side. Y'all didn't even break them off. Now, if y'all have bought them a house to where only thing they had to be responsible for was, their taxes, you know what I'm saying, and their tags and their bills. Like, y'all could have broke them off, bought them a nice crib, got them 2 updated vehicles so they ain't have to worry about a vehicle for a while, put some money in their pocket, hook them up with some people that they could invest with and keep their children's legacy going forward. See, when you're greedy like that, people don't think. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, we are back. We are definitely back. And like I said, we have our candle going for the ones that were taken advantage of. The ones that were affected by the Black Lives Matter. It's sad. But I just wanted to come on, give you guys a Mother's Day special. A white man run the Black Lives Matter. She the face of it. All of them is dead wrong. Yeah, you reap what you sow. And I feel like, George Floyd, them are probably haunting them. Haunting them at night. You know what I mean? Hello. How can I help you? Hello? Hello? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, but anyways. But yeah. I hope this video was informative, and hopefully you guys took something from it. Let's stick together, women. Let's not tear each other down. Let's not be malicious. Let's not be spiteful or vindictive with each other. Learn to forgive. That's what I'm about. Learning to forgive, keeping it pushing, and making sure I live every day like it's my last. I don't want to be a Kevin Samuels beat and talk crazy to people, and then when I go up out of here, then people ain't got nothing but mean things to say. I mean, of course that'll happen, but at the end of the day, I want my character to be, she was a cool ass woman. She did her thing. She fought real hard in this world. She fought damn hard to get to where the hell she was when she was on that YouTube. Y'all know I'm gonna be a star one day, right? I'm gonna be a star one day. I'm already a star, but just wait, because I know. So y'all send those positive vibes on over this way. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out, hanging out with me. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa. This is Keeping Up with Queen Tulsa. You can refer to me as Goddess Queen Tulsa. I'm up out of here. Until next time, guys.
Hello, and thank you for